Yo, yo. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Hope everybody's having a good day. Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Wherever you're at in the world. We're here now. Let's do this. I slept pretty good last night. That was good. So, you may be looking at your screen and seeing something a little bit different because today is going to be a little bit different. Today, we are going to stroll down memory lane, and most of the day will be me cleaning up all of my early Bush League mistakes that I made on the reserve note deck. So today what we're going to do is here's the thing. Let me go on a little soapbox for just a little bit here. Let me come back here so y'all can see my pretty face. One of the hardest things with the subscription is literally just keeping the train rolling. And you guys are my peeps, so I can let you guys know all of my struggles and pains because it's real life and all that kind of stuff. But one of the hardest things to do with the subscription is just keeping the train rolling and being able to keep all of the balls that are being juggled with production and timing, and also being able to be flexible when production stuff happens, because it always happens. Excuse me. And it's been really weird this past year because it's always just been a fight. It's always just been a fight to try to get as far ahead as you could, that we can, just to stay ahead of whatever might happen in terms of production. Because so far, knock on wood, up until this point, we've only been, I can't remember if we were late for the winter solstice or not. I can't remember last year. I can't remember what I did yesterday. But so far, we haven't been late for any subscription decks, or we were late for maybe one subscription deck last year. And I think considering all the junk that happened with the COVID-19 and all that kind of stuff, I think that's pretty good. And I'm pretty proud of that and excited about that. But that doesn't mean it's not easy. Because we had to, shuffle around what decks were coming out when, and we're having to do the same thing this year because, there is the multiplication of the fact that production is taking a lot longer with the United States Playing Card Company, with Expert Playing Card Company. And not only is production taking longer, I'm trying to get ahead, but it's funny that I feel like I'm pretty far ahead this year. And I remember last year, and especially the year before that, I mean, it was just like run and gun, trying to keep it. I was just trying to keep going every time. And we spent so much money last year on shipping stuff by air because we were trying to get stuff by the wire to be able to ship during the month. Just to give you an idea, are you guys even there? I don't know if you guys are even there. I see you guys chatting. But to give you an idea, it it costs, let's say, to ship 1,500 decks, okay? To ship 1,500 decks, which at least last year, which is about as many decks as we would need every month to, we would need about 1,500 decks every month to, fulfill the subscription orders. And to give you comparison of cost of shipping, it cost about $3,000 to air freight about 1,500 decks. And in comparison, it cost about $2,000 to sea freight 10,000 decks. So, and we were having to air freight 1,500 decks every month just to be able to fulfill the subscription orders on time and keep that kind of perfect record. But it cost a fortune to do that. And going into this year, I was like, man, we can't keep doing this as a business and not even like make money, because yes, I want to make some money because it's what I do for a living and it's my business. But it's like, even just like, we can't keep doing this and just get a wash, like, because it was just the shipping costs were just racking up. And and you know how people are. People get mad, and that's totally understandable. I'm not going to sit here and whine about people getting mad about late decks, but we haven't really had that many late decks. So all that stuff to say, but at the same time, I think it's just like anything. You just have to figure out a way to you have to figure out a way to make it work, and you got to figure out how to solve it. And I think we're doing a good job of it this year. We've had to, switch around which decks are being shipped out when, just based on what we have. And we're having to do that this year. But at the same time, I think we're making a lot better decisions in terms of like, expenditures in terms of like shipping costs and stuff like that. And I would rather much do that than, go under as a company. But we were never really in threat of going under at all. It was just tough coming up with all these different things, all these different solutions to make everything work. So whatever, I don't know why I started talking about that, but what we're going to do today, well, I remember why I was talking about that, is one of the things that we're going to do right now, one of the issues that I'm trying to figure out right now is, so this month is the gold certificate. This month's subscription deck is the gold certificate deck and the table players deck. Next month is the silver certificate deck, and we don't have a table players deck next month because it's every other month. What I'm trying to figure out now is, let me show you this right here. It would. A U.S. manufacturer would help a ton. It absolutely would. But it's kind of one of those things of like, can I find a U.S. manufacturer that can, do what I want technically, and then also that is going to produce a quality deck of playing cards. Now here's the thing, and I'm just going to be totally honest with you guys. When it comes to playing card, what people think of as playing card quality, I absolutely, I'm a playing card collector, I guess, maybe. I don't buy that many decks. But, however, I know what I feel like is quality playing cards in terms of stock, finish, feel, that kind of thing. Now, granted, in no way, shape, or form am I a cardist, a card mechanic, and stuff like that. Excuse me. But I know what I like and what I want to see in playing cards. And everybody's always up in arms about, USPC or MPC or EPCC, all this kind of stuff. The way that I look at it, and this may hurt some people's feelings or whatever, I don't know. But the way I look at it is I am a data, I don't want to sound like I'm a data-driven person because I own a business, right? And we, I know what I like, and what I ultimately want people to collect my playing cards. I don't want them to collect anybody else's playing cards. And I think there's a lot of great designers out there, and there's beautiful artwork out there. But at the heart of it, I'm an artist/businessman, and my goal is to get as many people to see my art and collect my art as possible. Because that's the nature of my business. And it's not that I don't want people to collect other playing cards, whatever. But, and we've had so many new customers come to our business and come to King's Wild Project in the past, 12 months, really, that know nothing about playing cards and know nothing about, they don't have preconceived ideas of what they want and stuff like that. And they don't have preconceived ideas of what just this hive mind of people are saying into their ear about playing cards. And that's good. In a lot of ways, that's good because I can introduce people to playing cards from the standpoint of King's Wild Project and nothing else. And one second. There's a loud bang outside. One second. I don't know what that was. I apologize. Just a big rumble bang or something outside. I'm going to keep this ear open just in case. Because we hear gunshots and stuff where I live because we live out in the country. But that was like a big rumble. Almost like a thunder or something. But I don't think it's raining. Is it raining? I don't know. But anyways, what was I saying? And so from my standpoint, what I try to do, because so many new customers come to my business and are introduced to me that know nothing about playing cards, I try to give them the best product I can based on, it's not raccoons getting to my garbage. I try to give them the best product that I can, while at the same time producing the deck that I want to produce. I really don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Oh yeah, I'm just talking about just being able to make a subscription every month. But anyways, that kind of leads me to what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be working on the white reserve note and black reserve note decks, getting those ready to go into production because this month is gold certificate, next month is silver certificate. May is hopefully May is Wizard of Oz. And I just got, let me see here. I'll show you guys a little something. See. I want to show you guys. I just got the Wizard of Oz decks. It may be thundering outside. The new Wizard of Oz decks were on press a couple of days ago. I don't know what's going on. A couple of days ago, and I will show you guys the video. Let me see here. Where are you guys at? Okay, here we go. So this is the video that they sent me of the backs. With the gold foil. Let's do it again. Pretty dope. I can explain what a web press is in just a second. So there's the back. Let me see. Where's the other one? And here is a shot of just a close-up of the back. Because one of the things that we're trying, one of the things that's been the biggest, one of the biggest hurdles with the way we're doing foil is just keeping everything nice and bright. You know, and so this is the excuse me. All right, there we go. So that was I'm pretty stoked about that because they look really good. So the web press. So if you print less than 5,000 decks or whatever, I'm not really sure what the exact number is. And this is not just with the United States Playing Card Company. I mean, a web press is a web press no matter who it is. Basically, there's a sheet-fed press. Let's see. There's two types of printing. I mean, there's a lot of types of printing. But the types of printing the United States Playing Card Company uses, there's two types. There's sheet-fed press, and then there's a web press. Sheet-fed press is basically is exactly what it sounds. They have uncut sheet-size pieces of paper, and those are in a big stack. And there is a long room-size printer that has X number of pylons that, you know what? I'm an artist. I can draw pictures. I will explain it to you by drawing a picture. Okay. And then we got to get to work. So, sheet-fed press, imagine this. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Imagine this. Here is a person for scale. Hello, my name's Joey. I print playing cards, and I'm this big. So, this is a person 6 feet tall for size comparison. This is kind of like what a sheet-fed printing press looks like. The United States Playing Card Company has a Heidelberg sheet-fed printing press, and each one of these pylons, or these big things that stick up, represents one color of the printing press. And inside this pylon, there's this little, you can see this little circle, but inside this pylon is a big steel drum. So there's big steel drums in all of these pylons up here, okay? They're actually a little bit further down. And each one of these pylons is a different color. So if you print CMYK, This may be the cyan, magenta, yellow, and black, or whatever. If you print more than 4-color process, CMYK, let's say you do Pantone, say you don't print CMYK and you print Pantone, you have a Pantone red, you have a Pantone navy blue, whatever. You can have, with the United States Playing Card Company, you can have up to 6 colors because they have a 6-color printing press. And so they have enough pylon bays to have 6 colors at once, because the way a sheet-fed press works is somebody stacks up the paper over here in the end. These are stacks of uncut sheet-sized pieces of paper. And then the machine sucks the paper up or feeds the paper into a slot, and then the paper travels flat all the way down this line. And as it's going through, it's getting this color printed, and then this color is being printed on top of that. This color's printed on top of that. This color's printed on top of that, yada, 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 until it gets to the very, very end. And then by the time it gets to the end, it spits it out and stacks it up over here, and that side of that uncut sheet is printed. And they'll do that with all the faces, and then they'll turn it over and send it back through and print all the backs. That is a sheet-fed press, printing press. Now, the pros and cons of sheet-fed printing press: the sheet-fed printing press has more colors. You can do more colors. It actually prints better detail than the web press, because you have more colors, which doesn't really make a difference in terms of detail. But the sheet-fed press has a little bit more finesse when it comes to being able to print more. Like, I couldn't print the Federal 52. I mean, I guess I could, but they don't want you to. They don't like printing the full CMYK, arted up decks on the web press. So this is what a sheet-fed printing press looks like. Now, on the flip side, a web press is very similar to, for all the older people that know what newspapers are. Web press is the same way that they print newspapers. And so a web press is, instead of sending in single sheets of paper that are uncut sheet-sized pieces of paper, a web press, they load up a huge roll of paper. So, and the web press printing presses are huge. I mean, we're talking ginormous. And so, let's say you've got a guy on a forklift that brings in a roll of paper. And no, this is not a roll of toilet paper. This is a roll of, this thing may be 6 feet tall, 6 feet in diameter, weigh 4,000 pounds. I don't know. So they'll bring in a huge roll of paper, and I'm not really sure how it looks, because I've only seen the web press once when I was touring the United States Playing Card Company. But let's say that they've got these big color bays here, and I think they can only do 4 colors. And I'm really just making this up, what this looks like, because I actually don't remember what it looks like. I'm just doing it more as a representation. So they have this big roll, and they put this roller right here, and then they feed this roll of paper into this web press. I'm not really sure why it's called web. I don't know. Like this. And then the way the web press works is the paper goes up continuously on one sheet of long roll of paper, and it gets printed similar to the way the other one got printed with these big rolls and these color drums, but it's all continuous on one piece of paper. And then they'll send it through, and it goes really, really fast. It's like spinning really fast. And it's going through like a newspaper, getting printed, and it's getting printed all one side. And then they rewind it and take it back, send it through again, and print the back design. So that's kind of the difference between a web press and a sheet fed press. All right, I guess that was just me stalling. Okay, let's get to work. Okay, so what we're doing today is we're going to go ahead and I'm getting a little bit, I'm not nervous, but we're getting close to the kind of point at which we've got gold certificate this month, silver certificate next month, then Wizard of Oz in May, and then, June is whatever deck I get next. Oh yeah, it's 200 decks a minute. Yeah, you're right. The web press does. I think Nate's right. I think the web press does print both sides at one time. But anyways, I want to make sure that I have a deck of cards on time for the month of June. So this would be after Wizard of Oz in May. And I want to make sure that I've got a deck produced, ready to go, to ship out. I'm about to sneeze. For the month of June. And I don't want to rush the artistic decks. And they're all artistic decks, but I don't want to rush the decks like Peter Pan and stuff like that, because I'm really enjoying drawing all of these custom core cards. And I want to make sure that I give every one of the literature decks ample enough time to do it, while at the same time trying to keep the subscriptions going to where I'm delivering a subscription deck every month. So what we're going to do today is I weighed two things. I weighed one thing, how long it would take me to get the white reserve note and black reserve note decks ready to print, to send off production, compared to how long it would take for me to finish the Peter Pan deck. And honestly, it'll take me probably 2 or 3 days. 2 or 3 days, maybe this week. 2 or 3 days probably, to get everything I need done with the white reserve note and black reserve note decks, to get those submitted for production. And what that means is if I can get the white reserve note and black reserve note decks finished and ready for production, that basically takes care of all the Federal 52 series of decks this year for the subscription. And that also gives me a little breathing room for June, the June deck being the white reserve note deck, and then July deck, which is July 4th. I think it works out pretty nice. So the June deck being white reserve note, and then the July deck being the black reserve note. That gives me an extra 2 months to not only get ahead with, it gives me enough time to really knock Peter Pan out of the park, which I want to do. And I want to knock every deck out of the park, but that doesn't mean that that's what happens. But that gives me time. It gives me a little bit more breathing room than we already have to get Peter Pan done, to move on to the next literature decks. And then also, hopefully, that gives me time to do Lord of the Rings, which I really want to do, Lord of the Rings. And if for some reason I can't do Lord of the Rings this year because of the subscriptions, I won't do subscriptions next year so I can make sure and do Lord of the Rings. But don't get worried yet, because we're not there. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to get the white reserve note. We're going to stroll down memory lane and work on the white reserve note deck and get the white reserve note and black reserve note decks and get them ready for production so that we can go ahead and put them in production so that we can have those ready, because it's going to take me a lot less time to finish the white reserve note and black reserve that is to finish Peter Pan. All right, so what we're going to do, I've got the King of Spades, Jack of Spades, and the Queen of Spades from the white reserve note deck open. And I've also got the Ace of Spades, kind of. the first thing that we're going to do, and this is very similar to what I did for the Federal 52 and gold certificate, silver certificate. Oh, by the way, I need to show you this. I just got Clove Street, Daniel at Clove Street Press, printed the gold certificate and the silver certificate tuck cases a few days ago, and he sent me these. Here's the gold certificate tuck case right there. Delicious. If you remember, it's got that orange, that really beautiful orange foil back design, and the whole deck is orange themed. So here's the gold certificates. This is the standard tuck case for the gold certificate, and then here's the silver certificate tuck case. So I'm pretty stoked about that. And I think let's see if there's another. Yeah, that's it. So, pretty pumped about that. All right. So, some of the things that we have to do to get these ready for the new print run is, one of the good things about these new print runs of these old Federal 52 decks is, I get to kind of tweak the designs based on what I've learned since then, and also just because I've gotten a lot better since then, and in making things better. So one of the things that we're going to do is, and I did this with the Federal 52, is we're going to first tweak the indices and the size of the indices. One of the big critiques with the original Federal 52 and the reserve note were that these indices were very, very small, and they were very hard to read in the context of, like actually playing poker with, because they were so small. You couldn't really read. A lot of people couldn't really read what the card was, and also just because of the font and how thick the walls were and how thin the top was. And so one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to tweak the indices. And a lot of what I'm going to be doing on this deck is cleaning up all of this very amateur artwork and the way it's put together, just because I've learned so much since I did these. And it's funny because when I did this stuff, I was a professional artist, and it's amazing how much I have grown, in my skills and experience even since then. But that has a lot to do with playing cards too. Let me see here. I need to get. Let me see, channels. Looks like we don't have a die. Look at that. Look at that ugly spade. There's so much stuff. There it is. Here's the old poker die. Okay. So basically what I'm going to be doing is cleaning up everything. Get rid of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the, let's see here, the playing card template. I'm just going to start a new master file just because it's a lot cleaner. I'm just going to go new playing card die. I'm not sure what the resolution is. So what I'm going to do is I want to get everything. I want to get rid of all the junk that's in here that I'm going to be changing. Like, one of the things I want to change is how I do these letters. I mean, such Bush League letter work here. We're going to redo that. So I'm going to get everything everything that's black on one layer. And I'm going to do that by kind of pulling everything off the background here. All right, that looks good. So I'm going to duplicate this. And the good news is, since we're working on this, I'm going to be able to put all of my Don's Early Light people's initials and numbers as the plate IDs and stuff for the reserve note. So little tidbit of goodness for you guys. So we'll put all of you's people's initials and such as the plate IDs. All right, let's see here. Queen of Spades. Okay, we want to flatten this, but I don't want to do it with the playing card die in there. Nope. Okay. Let's turn this poker die off. Where is it at? Okay. Image, duplicate, merge. Okay. Let's go grayscale, discard. Okay, got that. Let's make a white background. Now, what I want to do is I want to make this black, rich black, which is 60% black, 40% magenta, 40% yellow, and 100% black. 60% cyan, sorry. That is rich black. So we're going to delete this. Okay, good. That's ready to go. Let's go back to the queen. Let's grab her, copy. Let's paste her onto, we'll just leave it there for right now. I'll name her Queen of Spades. Okay, let's go to the King of Spades. Do the same thing. Let's get rid of the paper texture in the background. Let's get rid of the indices. Let's get rid of the wording here. Let's get rid of the seals. Okay. Also, if you notice, it's too small to print, but each one of the core cards has like King of Spades, Queen of Spades. All right, looks good. Let's merge. Let's duplicate these. Let's go image, grayscale. Make sure we're rich black, 60, 40, 40s, 100. Print. I don't want to print. I just want to fill. Okay, got that off the background. Let's copy. Paste. Okay, got that one in there. King of Spades. And then let's go Jack of Spades. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Turn some music on. Let's go genres. Let's try beats out. Sometimes we get good beats. Nope, I guess we won't. We'll go some classical today. We're going to go. Let's go epic classical. Oh, yes. I don't want to hear piano the whole time. Let's go back. Let's do electronic ambient. All right, we'll just let that play for a bit. So let's get back to it. All right. Let's merge these. Duplicate. Okay, channels. Let's go mode grayscale. All right. Got those. Jack of spades. Let's take all of these, shrink them to the size we want. Go right about there. Probably need to go a little bit smaller than that. Okay. Some jackknob artist put this thing that goes way above the border, way too close to the edge. I guess I could take that off. Well, that's pretty good. That leaves me enough room. I'm really going to have to squeeze in these new indices. Okay. I'm going to just put this here for right now. Well, I need to make sure that this is all centered up. Let's put a marker here. Okay. All right, I want to pick. So the first thing we're going to do is we need to pick a font for the indices. Why? Let me save this. Save as. Dropbox. Let's see here. Fed 52. Fed 52. We're going to go new folder. 2021. Reserve note. Foil. Reprint. We're going to go white. 2021. White. Reserve note. Master V1. Selected font failed during, sure, whatever. Okay. Save. Why wouldn't it save? That's weird. Save as. 2021. 2021. White. Okay. I don't know why. What are we doing? It's white noise. Okay. We got that. It's saved. We can start. All right. The first thing I want to do is we're going to pick us a font. I want to, let's see. See. Yeah, I got my computer programs fixed yesterday. It was really weird. I don't know what it was doing. The new illustrators have been kind of buggy. I mean, the new Adobe, like it just deleted. It tried to update Illustrator, and instead of updating it, just deleted it. All right, so what we're doing is we're going to pick us a font. What we're looking for is a very tall, skinny font. We're just looking for a tall, skinny font. So, and I would like a serif. I want to try to go with a serif font. So we'll put serif in there. We want to do very thin width. And that's a good place for us to start. The letters you got to watch out for, it's really just one. It's the Q. You got to watch out for the Q and how. So like this font here, do you see how the Q, the little, I don't know what that's called, but the little tail of the Q, how it goes straight down? That's good. Because fonts like, say, like these that go off the side, it just makes the Q really, really big. And it makes it hard to sometimes go. And this is nice. I like this Baltic. It's pretty nice. It's relatively classic looking. The Q is very small. The tail of the Q is very small, so that's good. And the numbers look good too. When I look at numbers, I'm always looking at the 5, the 3, and the 2, and sometimes the 7. Because those, depending on how they do the 5, 7, mainly the 5 and the 3, and then the 2 and the 7. Depending on how a font does the 5, 7, 3, and 2, it's really all of them, but I really look at the 5, 7, and the 3 and the 2. How they do those numbers stylistically, how that font handles those numbers determines a lot as well. Now, another thing you got to watch out for is the J. So it's like Q and the J are the ones you got to watch out for, because you can see here on this font the Q tail goes really far down, and also they'll a lot of times put the J past the baseline, and so like these, the Q and the J go really far down, as well as like with this one, the J goes really far down. But then if you look at this font, which I've used this font Birch a lot, if you look at the Q and the J, they're both pretty well contained. Now this font right here is really good, this Willow font. And let's view this family here. The reason why I like this is the only thing that I can see with it might be that it might be too skinny. But I really like it because it's very classic looking. The J and the Q are pretty maintained within the bounds of the box. But it's very, very thin. But I kind of need a really thin font to be able to squeeze it in the area that I need it to. So I'm going to go ahead and activate this font. Oh, I got to sign in. I don't know what my password is. Okay, whatever. Skip. Okay. All right. So I've activated that font. And then what I do is I come back over here. Oh. What? Photoshop, like, literally super crashed. Like, it stopped. It closed. Thank you, Adobe, for making unstable programs. So what I'll do is once I find a font that I like, I'll come over to Photoshop if it works. And I'll just put it in there. So annoying. And don't tell me, get a Mac. Ugh. That's what I think about that. Luckily, I had saved. Okay, let's go back. I was looking for, okay, Fed 52. Fed 52, 2020, 21. All right. All right, so let's make a new font. We're going to go Willow. Okay. Error. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will... Not sure. I think there is some kind of thunderstorm going on because I hear thunder, what I think is thunder, and my internet seems to be running slow, which I have really fast internet. I don't know. It shouldn't be running slow. So this font is pretty good. I mean, already I'm able to make it pretty big and get it in the space that I need to get it in. Which is right about there. And that's much bigger than the original. So I'm going to add me a marker right there to the edge of that letter. I'll just use this line as my marker up here. Okay. That feels pretty good. Let me save that. Let's go back to the fonts. Ugh. All right. I want to see grid. Go back. Fixed width. Serif. There's that Willow. Okay, let's go to the next page. See what we got. This is a cool font. It's way too hard to read, though. This is nice, but it's a little bit, it's not money looking enough, or classic looking enough. This one's better. It's got a little bit too much, this kind of like curly stuff at the top. It's a little hard to read. This one's really nice. This Rama slab, it's nice. It would make a great font for a deck because everything is really well contained, except it's not very money. It's not good for this. I really feel like that willow is going to be where it's at. So let's do this. Let's take it and pull it over here. I totally think it's rain. I think it's thundering outside. Let me delete this. Okay. Okay. I should have made these both center. Oh, they're good. They are. What I should do is make this one right justified. No, let's keep it. Let's keep it center justified. Okay. Got those four. I'm going to take these. I'm going to duplicate them. Rotate them around. Got our four corners. Now let's get our index. Our pip. Scale it down. I'm going to put it right in the center here. Let's get us a marker. I'm going to shrink it about yay big. Now, what I need to do is go in here and check out the Q. So see how the Q doesn't go further down? Let's check out the J. So we're good. And what I was talking about the Q, so like if I were to put this index pip, this spade right here, this close, which I think I'm going to do, or I'll probably pull it down a little bit. But if you've got a font that the Q and the J goes really far down the baseline, and I'll show you an example. See like that Garamond goes way to the right. I mean, obviously it's too big, but see how this Q goes way down. That one goes way down. That one goes way everywhere. But you would have to... There's been so many times where I've been working on a deck and I've placed this pip right here too close, and I've been going down the road for hours and working, and then I get to the Q and the J and then realize it's too close and I have to fix everything. So we're going to probably go right about there. That feels good. Now the real problem is going to come when I have to do the 10s, but the good thing is that the 10s don't have the big border. However, I'm thinking about leaving this big border. I'm thinking about leaving this big border on the index cards of the Black Reserve Note deck. I haven't decided yet, though. Okay. King. Now, let's take this spade pip, duplicate it, and flip it over. Okay, I'm going to take these two, merge them, duplicate them, and bring them over. There we go. Now, the original reserve note decks had this little dot and a sharp line. Let me see here. So I'm going to go back and grab that. I want to open Federal 52 reserve note. Let's go spades. This thing right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just merge all this stuff to give you guys a reference of how small these indexes are. So you can just see the difference. I mean that's a big difference. And also these letters are kind of hard to read, I think. Looking back. I'm going to shrink this considerably. Still want to have it. I'm going to put it in the center. See, like this is what I'm talking about. Like this arrow's not even straight. Look how the tip doesn't meet up with the center line. Bush League. Bush League is what it is. We're actually going to just redraw this and make it centered. Go. All right. Okay. Looks like that's good. What I want to do now is make sure that all of my stuff, I want to label it. This just make the whole process easier. Spade, suit, index. Make it blue. Want this one and this one. Merge those together. Make sure they're together. Okay, duplicate. Flip those. All right, and then we'll call those border darts. Make those yellow. What is this? All right, we got that. We got our K. We're going to put these in a group. What we're doing is we're setting up the organization for the whole thing to make the process of getting this ready faster. Okay. We got that. That's good to go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate. Let's see here. I'm going to duplicate all of this stuff. and then merge it with this K, this king of spades here. So now I should be able to check. It's the die line, right? Yep. Let's lock that. So now that king of spades is good to go. I'm going to make sure that it is all rich black. So that's 60% cyan, 40% magenta, 40% yellow, 100% black. And I'm going to fill, and we're good to go. This is all good. King of spades. Now I'm going to go back and do the lettering again, and then we'll go back in and draw where the foil is going to be for this. But that's good to go. Let's open up the K. Let's duplicate this stuff. Okay. Q. 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 Not QW. That's how mistakes are made. Q, 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 Q. Looking good. Now what I can do is take this. Merge. Queen of spades. Okay. Let's take the jack. Let's take all this stuff. Duplicate it. We're going to go jack. 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 What I should have done is taking these, duplicated those. Jack of spades. Okay. Let me do this while I'm thinking about it. Let's go ahead and make these once. If I don't do this now, I'll have to just redo this every time. Let's put those in a folder. Got that all done now. Index. Letters. Numbers. However, we need to do the 10, and the 10 is always kind of touchy a little bit because it's 2 digits. And it always wants to get in everybody's way. So let me turn on the King of Spades here. Well, I already got the letter. So with the 10, you always end up having to squunch it. But the first thing to do before we squeeze it any is we're going to try to bring it as close together as we can to where it doesn't make it illegible. And then we're going to squeeze it ever so slightly like that, and bring it in just a little bit like that. And we're going to break the line a little bit. So there is the 10. Let's delete these. Let's duplicate, flip, and then come back, flip it back. All right, okay. And then we're going to take these two, duplicate, rotate, and then let's just check it. Okay. Now we're going to put these right where it goes, right there. Let's rearrange the J. Good. Save. All right. Got the King of Spades, Queen of Spades, Jack of Spades. That's all good to go. All right, let's see how much trouble the hearts are going to be. Hearts. Jack. Let's find. What are these untitles? I don't know. Jack, Queen, Ace. Very peaceful music. I like it. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. Let's do the easy stuff first. Boom. Get rid of the background. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of this. What I'm trying to do up front is isolate the blacks, because that'll make my life a lot easier. And I'm all about making my life easier. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's go. Image, mode, discard. Okay, we're on rich black. Copy all. Just leave it right there for right now. Paste. Paste. Okay, Jack of Hearts. Copy. Close. Queen of Hearts. Should just make an action for that. I'm going to do that next time. All right, let's make an action so we can automate doing this. All right, so we're on a file. I've already done that. Let's get out of here. Git. Done the Jack of Hearts. Queen of Hearts. All right, so let's get rid of the red. Ugh. Good. Interesting what's going on here. It's locked. Okay. Image. Duplicate. Okay, this is where I want to make a action. So what we're going to do is we're going to record a new action to make all this stuff automated. All right. We're going to go new action. We're just going to go all this pull out black or isolate black. ISO black. So it's recording. Here's the little red button. It's recording. So everything that I do from this point on, it's going to record and repeat it. So what we're going to do is image, duplicate, merged. Okay. See how it recorded that? Duplicate first document. Now what we're going to do is image, mode, grayscale. Don't show again. Discard. So it recorded that. We want to control click, select our gray channel, inverse the selection, which it's all recording what we're doing. Go to our layer 1, hit Control J to take off the background. Make a new layer. Select layer 2, and then fill that new layer with rich black. Deselect. Control All, Control C, and then stop. So it recorded all those steps. So now from there, I can go back to this one, paste, and it'd be done. So now, to show you how that action script worked, I can go back to this file, and I can click on this ISO black, and it's going to perform all these actions at once. So I can hit play, and it's going to go really fast and do all those things at once. Boom. And it's copied, and it's ready for me to paste it right there. And it's done all those things that I was having to do one at a time. Okay, got that. Let's get this ace. Look how blurry that is. What is this? Okay. Now I can get rid of the background. So now I'm set up to do the action script again. So now what I can do is go to my thing, hit play, and it's good to go. Now I can go back to this level, paste. Oh, goodness gracious. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about, Bush League work. Notice how small, see how big these court cards are? Okay, you see how big these court cards are? That's how high res I did those. Now watch what happens when I paste. Watch what happens when I paste this ace. Look how small that ace is. That's how low res that ace is. It's ridiculous. So basically, that's too low res. That's just my amateur hour stuff shining through here. So I'm basically going to have to rebuild that ace border at least. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of Jackson here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Let's do another card because it looks like my hand is baked into the hand is baked in there. Let's go Queen of Hearts. Okay. See how much trouble we're in here. Is this? Oh, good. It's a different layer. Good. Okay. Now this says Queen of Hearts in the border, but I'm going to end up taking this out, these letters, because it's too small to print anyways. And you can't read it. Looks like there's a mask on this part up here. I'm guessing this is it. Yep. Looks like that's it. So let's go delete our background and then run our action script. Bam. And we're ready to paste. There we go. See, now we are nice and high res like we should be. And it's in the right spot. Okay. We're going to take all of these. We're going to shrink them into our matrix here. Right about there. Let's do a quick check. Yep. That fits. It's lined up with the spades. So that is the correct size. So I'm going to put these spades in a folder. Call it spades. Sorry if this is not exciting, but this is part of the deal. We got to do this. So we're going to put these hearts in the hearts folder. Excuse me. Make that red. So this is King of Hearts. Queen of Hearts. I think that's Apatia, the goddess Apatia. That's what I'm going to end up putting in the names right here. Instead of like the Rex Lubis, the Latin for king. I'm going to do like the actual people. Ace of Hearts. Okay. Now I've already got my index letters. All right, I'm going to pick a good red. It's going to be our red for the entire deck. Feeling like that's going to be a good one right there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate these index numbers. I'm going to make them red. And we'll call these black index. And we'll call these red. And then I'm going to open this folder up. I'm going to select all of these guys. I'm going to group select them, lock the pixels. I'm going to fill them with this new red color. So now I've got the whole indexes in red. I'm also going to come over here and grab the reserve note paper background texture. I'm going to get rid of this blemish here. Get rid of these blemishes. Okay. Call this background. Put that on the bottom. Okay, I got my red indexes ready. So let's get our Q, K, and J and duplicate them and put them down here. Make a group. Call that the King of Hearts. Here's our Q. Queen of Hearts. If you're designing a deck of cards, if you're wanting to be a playing card designer, great advice. Try to make your files as organized. Let me stand up and stretch. Try to make your files as organized as possible. Not for the ease of work while you're working on it, so that when you come back and you are wildly successful as a playing card designer, and I'm not saying that I am, I'm just saying when you're successful as a playing card designer and you want to come back and reprint them, that your life is much easier later. Okay, got that. Jack of Hearts. Ace. Okay, one thing we need to get from the spades group is I need to get these darts. Should have done this already. We already have that. They're right here. I need to name these black border darts. And now we have red border darts. Okay. Okay, each one of those has the border darts. Now what I need to do is is match up so there's the spade index suits. We're going to bring those down. Bring down the opacity. We're going to go get one of the hearts. What? First, we're going to scale this to fit into here. Center it up. And we're going to duplicate it and size it up with the spade index. Bring it to the marker and scale it down a little bit so it matches the width. And there we go. Can delete you. Let's take this heart suit index, flip it, duplicate it, heart suit index. I'm going to go ahead and kind of messed up what I was doing here. Let's see here. Let's get a little bit more upbeat here. I'm going to go genres. Let's go. Okay. Let's see if that was correct. Okay. Queen, Jack, and Ace. All right, good. Save. All right. Let's do the diamonds now. We're making progress, peeps. We're making progress. Let's see what all this is. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Bush League mistake. Bush League. You see how I put a red and black on one layer? It's not good. Not a good decision. So now what I have to do is go in here and pull off this diamond. Same thing up here. All right, let's get rid of the background. Okay. Now, I want to get these, merge them, send them to the top. Okay, now I'm ready to do my action script. So ISO black. Something happened. Let's see here. I wonder if it didn't like that I had a white background. That's probably what it was. Let's try it again. Something didn't happen. Oh, I see. It's filling my foreground color, which is white. Let's do this again. There we go. And I should be ready to paste onto my master. Boom. Perfect. Okay. I want to grab This was the original Queen of Diamonds that I did. This was from I think it was a military payment certificate. I can't remember what it was from, but I ended up going with this one. It was which is another military payment certificate. Old Hamilton here. That reminds me, has everybody that got hoodies yet? And you know who you are if you got hoodies. Have those come in yet? In the mail? What's up, Griffin? Okay, got that. Now we need old Morse. William Morse here. He's the inventor of Morse code. That's who this is. Don't need you, don't need you. I do need you. Who's the amateur that puts you on the same layer? Okay, everybody. Be thinking about your plate ID, and I'll show you what that is. Got that. But my question is, where is the ace of diamonds? We have to rebuild that one as well. That's okay. Hopefully. Let's see if I can find it. Reserve note. Should be in here, but it's not. I guess we're going to have to rebuild it, which sucks, but that's okay. Let's get rid of these masks. Where's this? Is that this right here? Okay. All right. I'm going to run my action script. Paste. All right, now we're going to shrink all these within our matrix here. About right there. All right, I'm going to save. Make sure each one gets ace of diamonds down the bottom, queen of diamonds, jack of diamonds. Nope, that was a king of diamonds. King of diamonds. Jack of diamonds. Okay. On the ace, I want to put a big honkin' bright green X right here so that I know that I've got to add that ace of diamonds lettering up here. So if you look in this little area here where it's black, because I have to rebuild that ace. Like here, if you look at the jack, it says jack of diamonds, queen of diamonds. This is big enough that you can read it, so I need to make sure I go back and do that. I'm just putting that big bright green X so I don't forget. Let's take these, duplicate them. K, queen, jack, ace. Let's put these in there. Okay, now we need our darts. Queen, jack, ace. Let's check them. King, queen, jack, ace. Now let's do our suits. That's not the right one. Let's bring down our spades. Okay, got that one. Let's duplicate it. Flip it. Let's merge them. Duplicate them. Flip them. sure they're all there. Good. Let's give one to the king, the queen. Give one to the jack. Give one to the ace. So we should be good now. King, queen, jack, ace. Save. All right. All right. Spades, hearts, diamonds, done. Let's make diamonds a folder. All right. Let's close these. Okay, open. Clubs. Jack, king, queen, ace. Running Antelope, my buddy. You're awesome. One of my favorite court cards of all time right here. I don't like this club. I may not keep it. I don't know. But I may keep it just for historical sakes. Oh. Did it again. And you make sure my foreground color is set to my black. So 60, 40, 40. Now run the script. Bam. Madison, how you doing, Brahim? Okay, first of all, what is this resolution? I think for some reason, all the aces are really small. Yeah, This one is also small. So we're going to have to rebuild. All right. What is this? Get rid of the mask. Okay, looks like that's it. Okay. All right, let's shrink these into our matrix. Okay, here's the king. Let's put that right here. Group, king of clubs, queen, all right, let's get our darts. Okay. Okay, got that. Now we need our suit index. Let's bring this spade down here. Bring the opacity down. Itch my arm. Let's go get this club here. Okay, let's duplicate that. Flip it. Duplicate. Flip. Okay. Awesome. I think we're good. King, queen, jack, ace. All right, let's save. Let's go back to the spades. Yes, I do, Alex. Your question is, do you have a system for the special markings? on these decks, e.g. date of births, initials, or does that just depend on when and what style of deck it is? Yes. I only do that on these money decks because if you look at, let's see, $1 bill. If you look at the $1 bill, on dollar bills, hopefully YouTube doesn't flag me for something. If you look at $1 bills right here, this little B where it says B3 and 2, these are the plate IDs and such, and they do different things like B95. Those would usually represent, I could be incorrect, but traditionally those would indicate where at on the plate this bill was, so that if there was an error, they knew which part of the plate was messed up. And then the green numbers are serial numbers. And so I do that with these decks. Plate IDs. And so, like, because you guys are here and watching, you guys are going to get to do the plate IDs. So I'm going to go seniority first, not necessarily of age, but seniority of my crew here that have been here for the longest. Let's see here. Where's Griffin? Griffin, what a plate ID do you want? Give me a letter. Give me a letter. One letter and then two numbers. Mr. Griffin Kessler. Let me get a font here that I like. And I'm just going to say it up front. If you don't get a plate ID and number on here, don't get mad at me. I still love you. We can still be friends. Let me see here. Where'd my tools go? I cannot see my tools. Where did they go? They are hidden from me. Oh, there they are. All right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to go G. Okay, let's find us a good font that we're going to work here. Mr. Kessler's going to be a little king of spades here. I want to say we need just something simple. That's a pretty good plate ID looking thing there. We're going to make the letter a little bit bigger than the numbers because that's the way they did it. G11. Let's bring the kerning. Let's bring down that a little bit. And we're going to make the numbers a little bit smaller than the letters. Okay, we're going to bring down the total size about that much. See how that is in terms of size. That looks pretty good. Now, I need to make sure. I need to open up. Let me see here. I need to make sure I put my seals in here. Okay. Let me just open up something again here. Because everyone has one of these seals. So I need to make sure. First I need to put this stuff in here. Paste seal. I'm going to shrink that a little bit. I'm going to put that seal right here. Right there. And it's going to be behind. And then we're going to put the plate ID over on the other side. Right here. I would prefer it to be one letter and two numbers, if possible, because, I mean, we can do one letter and one number, but I want at least one letter and one number, just so it's historically similar to what it was. All right, let me duplicate this seal first. duplicate this plate ID. All right, so I got the seals, the plate ID. Okay, good. All right, I'm gonna duplicate this plate ID here. I'm gonna put all this stuff in a folder. Let's make King of Spades. I'm gonna get this G11 duplicated right here. Is Katie here? Katie's gonna get to be my Queen of Spades, of course. She's the last that has been here the longest. Well, I don't know who's been here the longest, but I just know I know the people in my crew here. All right, so that's a king. Should make sure I got all that stuff. Okay. All right. Let's get this. I don't think Katie's here yet. I'll go ahead and get this where it needs to go. I'm gonna go ahead K. I'm just gonna go XX for right now. And this is for right now. This is just for the court cards, but I think for the Black Reserve Note deck, I'm probably gonna do a little bit differently for the Black Reserve Note and put this big court card border around all of the court cards too, so we may have the plate IDs for those as well. But I can't guarantee everybody's gonna get it. All right, I'm gonna put a big green circle around this so that we don't forget to come back and change this plate ID. Okay. All right, there we go. Make sure we get Katie in there when we come back. Let me know if Katie drops in. Okay, Queen of Spades. All right, where's Nate Dog? And the G-Child. Let's see here. Okay, let me get this. Let me duplicate this down here. All right, Nate. What's it going to be, Nate? Let's see. Let's get this. That's a good spot for that. So 1 letter, 2 numbers, Nate. You better hurry up. Just kidding. All right, while you're thinking, I'm going to get the seals in here while Nate's thinking of what he wants. I need to go back to the Queen, get my seals. I'm not going to do lowercase n. I can't do it, Nate. It's got to be uppercase. Sorry. So you're going to go leet speak on me here, are you? Okay. I'll let it slide. I'll let your leet speak slide. All right, let's see here. But it's going to have to be a capital N. You'd be amazed at when I was doing these originally, all the stuff that people wanted to put on there. I was like, no, I'm sorry, can't do that. All right, got the Queen in there. I like it. Let's go. N8. Nate. Okay, let's get that over here. You want to go 88? Okay. Okay. It can be just 1. It can be 1-8 if you want. I'll let 1-8 slide if that's what you want. You want to go 1 or 2 8s? Yep, one will do. I will let one slide. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I know there's a delay. I'm sorry. All right. Okay, so let me just check these. King of Spades, good. Queen of Spades. We'll still need Katie's plate ID. Got the index, seals. Look at the seals and the queen. Seals and the king. Okay. Hearts. Okay, let's go. All right. Who we got? Where we got? Let me see who's in here that I recognize. I recognize most people. Now where's Tusk? Is Tusk here? And I feel like that Exagic, didn't you change your name to something else? And I recognize Suji. I don't know if Suji. How long have you been here, Suji? I can't remember. There's 16 people in here. Who all's watching? Let me get the seal in here while I'm thinking about it. Yeah, where's C-Dub's going to get one? We'll make C-Dub the King of Hearts. Let's see here. We're going to get... Let's go get the G... Griffin's G11 here. Bring it down here. All right, where is that? It's up there. Oh yeah, David. I know your name. I recognize your name, David. C-Dub's going to be the King of Hearts. All right, we're just going to go... I'm just going to go C. Oops. C. I'm going to put Dub. Dub. Yes, I know it's not going to be C-Dub. I just want to remind myself who we're going to put here. All right, we need to put a big green circle around this. Okay. Okay. The problem is who we're going to find to do the queens, because unfortunately 98% of my audience is male. I'm going to put my wife's initials in here for her until for some reason we find somebody else. Let's go. Let's get the G11 again. I can get that down there. Okay, good. All right, we're going to go B for Becca. And we're going to go 78 for her birth year. Let's see. Okay. Our heart's missing the small indices. Yes, up here in the corner. Good eye. Good eye, Griffin. Let's fix that right now while we're thinking about it. And I want to say diamonds as well. I can't remember, though. Yeah, you got that fixed. All right. I got to stand up and stretch right quick. All right. All right, let's get the seals in here. Shadooba-doob-doob-doo. Shadooba-doob-doob-doo. Shadooba-doob. Shadooba-doob-doob-doo-doo. All right. Queen of Hearts done. Let's see, Jack Hearts. All right, who we got? Let me see. Where you at? Let's see. No, not Matthew yet. I'll get to you, Matthew. Who is it that I wanted? David. Schmiedler? Sorry. That's not pronouncing it right. David Schmiedler. What do you want your plate ID and number to be? I'm trying to remember who else. I'm trying to remember my super OG crew. I may wait and make sure I get them. Let's see here. Long Eye, David Schmeidler. See you, Nate. Let me get the seals here while the delay is coming back. All right, D67. 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 Okay, we need seals. Let's bring it down off his face a little bit. Not quite ready to do the aces. All right, before I go any further, I want to go back. Let's go back to spades here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make a new layer underneath. And I'm going to paint a bright blue color. And what this is going to be, what this bright blue color is going to be is where we end up having the foil. I'm trying to think about how I want to do this, because I don't want the whole border to be foil. I just want certain elements to be foil. So and I'm gonna kind of play with silver. So everything that's blue is going to be silver foil underneath, or just silver foil in the design. And then I'm also going to play with red foil as well. So we'll first do the silver foil in blue, and then we'll do the red foil in red. This pattern right here in the back, that's too tight, and there'll be too much ink coverage on that. And if I put foil in the back of that, and I've just learned through experience already, that if I put foil back there, it'll get really muddy. I do want to do it on these dots. That will look nice. Okay. Now for this, we're going to do the scroll work, but not the background. And we're going to do that border of the index. Pretty good. Looking pretty good. Get this one over here. All right. Let me just redo this one. I want to make these stars. All right. Let's see here. Let me see if I've missed anything. Yes, I need to do this one right here. All right, let's see if that's good. Okay. Yeah, looks good. All right, let me duplicate this silver foil layer over. Yeah, the seals will be red foil. That's how we're going to do that. Okay. Let me just propagate this over to the queen. See if there's anything I need to get, or I need to fix up this. do 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 rumors been wild. Oh, Texas, will be mistaken. And I got another nice girl there. Okay. Oh, there's C-Dub. What's up, C-Dub? Let me do that while I'm thinking about it. C-Dub, what was he? King of Hearts? Okay. What does he want? What does he say? C23. Okay. 23. Rumors spread wild. My way must think on. All right, got that. Got that one. Still need Katie's plate ID. Okay. All right, what we're going to do here, let me propagate this seal, the foil to the jack. Jack. Let's see here. All right. What was I doing? Okay. Put this blue down here, the silver foil. Whoa. 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 Okay. Looks like I need to clean up his head a little bit. Going into his head. We don't need the silver foil going into his head. That wouldn't be very good now, would it? Son of a biscuit. Okay. Oh my goodness. Look at this little error right here. Is that up top too? It is. Oh my goodness. I need to make sure and fix that. Looks like I got a little rogue piece. Well, I've been controlling Essen for sure. It's already crashed on me a couple of times. Okay, let's go back and fix this little dingleberry here. A rumor spread wide. I got a lot of nice girls there. All right. So something else. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm just going to screw all this up. All right, one of the things I'm going to do with these spades is because I know that it's too small. I'm going to take out this lettering up here because it's too small to print and it gets muddied up. Okay. Fix this now. All right. Oh, my leg itches. Oh, no. All right. Okay. Got the spades done. Let's move on to the hearts. Okay. I did. Figured out my Illustrator stuff. I need an electrician, C-Dub. Can you come up to my house and do some electrical work? I need a 100 amp sub panel put in my garage slash shop. And I don't want to do it because I'm lazy. Looking good, looking good, looking good. Ain't no crazy about a shop dress man. I don't know why I'm on a ZZ Top kick this morning, but I am. So the original Black Reserve note just had the same court cards as the White Reserve note. It just had a different joker and then the black back design. I'm trying to think of a way that I can make the court cards a little bit different by using. I'm trying to figure out how I can do like an all black deck front and back without it being too. Without it being too dark. I did sport the beard for a while. But I've got the Santa Claus beard. Everything is turned white. So I don't look as dapper. But I'm waiting for it to all go white so I can really, really knock it out of the park. Okay, let me save that while I'm thinking about it. And then let me duplicate that blue over. All right, let me duplicate this over to the queen. And then let me fix the blue here from the sword. Silver Fox. The letterpress Fiddle 52 came out, I think 2017. I owned a Heidelberg windmill printing letterpress that I fancied myself. I tried to think that I could be a letterpress printer. And we made those. Those were with a Kickstarter when we did the second edition, the Fiddle 52 second edition. And they were like the special edition. And I letterpressed the tuck cases myself. But I learned very quickly that I wasn't a letterpress. I didn't have time to become very proficient. All right, got that done. Let me save this. All right, it's about 8 o'clock. Let me see here. I think that's going to be it for me today. Oh man, So we got pretty far. We got a lot of good work done today. We got a lot of prep work done for this reserve note deck. So we'll probably finish this up tomorrow or get further along tomorrow. I'll be happy if I can. I'll be very pleased if I can knock this out in the next 2 or 3 days by like Thursday or Friday. So we'll keep working on this. John asked, what made you want to start making your own playing cards? Honestly, competitive. My competitive nature. I was a designer and illustrator, and I saw a deck of playing cards. I saw a deck of playing cards on Kickstarter, and I was like, I can design that. I could do that. So my competitive nature kicked in, and so I designed my own deck of cards, which was the Fiddle 52. And then I really have not done anything since then. And so there was really no thinking involved when I got into playing cards. It was just me wanting to be competitive and earn some extra money. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day. Is today Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. Hope you guys have a great day today. I'll see you guys in the morning. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe. Take it easy.